Hello and welcome to the very first episode of Campus Connections here at Purdue Fort Wayne. I'm Zaid and today I'm joined by the director of the Writing Center here at PFW, Kristin Frye. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me on.
We just have a couple questions for you today about the Writing Center. Just kind of let the students and everybody here on campus kind of know what's going on. First up, do you just want to tell us kind of generally what kind of services are offered at the Writing Center?
So the Writing Center offers all kinds of services to students who take classes on this campus. So because of how we're funded, we do limit the assistance to students who are enrolled in some sort of class that happens on our campus, whether they're IU Fort Wayne or Purdue Fort Wayne. We have several options that students can take advantage of. We've got the Writing Center, where it's help with writing assignments, and we have the Speech Center, which is help with speeches and presentations that have an academic reason behind them. So that could be conference presentations, that could be a speech they have to give in class, that could be practicing for a presentation to a board of directors or something, as long as there is an academic link to it. And then we also have a chat feature, so you can ask all kinds of writing related and speech related questions through an IM chat service on our website.
Awesome. It's super accessible from what I'm hearing.
We're excited to be able to offer it. We kind of had to improvise when COVID happened, because we were so much in person and very much come into the center and we can help you physically in the center. We had just an asynchronous service that you could email your request in by a form, and that was the only option we had. And then when COVID hit, we had to think pretty quickly to pivot to make sure we could still help students and get them what they needed, despite not being able to be in person anymore.
So now we're at the Writing Center, we offer both in person and online.
Yep, we actually have, we've changed the service a little bit since COVID happened. We've learned a lot. There's been a lot of learning happening, how we can provide services and the best way to connect with students. So now what we offer is virtual one-on-ones. Basically you sign up for them through TutorTrack, and then you go back into TutorTrack to connect with your tutor. Our tutors use both WebEx and Zoom, so it's whichever system works best for that consultant. The student doesn't have to worry about anything. It can all be done through the web just by connecting through TutorTrack. So you can still have those one-on-one conversations with your consultant without having to actually physically be on campus. And then we still have that asynchronous service as well. So if you don't want to talk to anybody and you still want to get your work reviewed, you can do that. And that's for the speech service as well. So you can actually record yourself, upload it to YouTube. You don't have to publish it. Just make sure we get the link, send that to us, and we can help you with your speeches that way as well.
That's incredible. Obviously, with COVID and everything, we have had to have that side of online stuff, but just to be clear, we are still able to come in person and...
Yep. So we're located on the first floor of Helmke Library, and we welcome students to come in. You can check in at the service desk on the first floor of the library as well. Say, hey, I'm here for an appointment, or hey, I need help making an appointment, whatever you need. If you're there for an appointment, they'll go ahead and connect you with that consultant, and we've got a little seating area with our name on the glass right by the stairs in the middle of the first floor of Helmke. So you'll just go right on over to where we're all sitting, and you'll match up with your consultant and you'll have your conversation.
Awesome, so quick and easy. Just the hours of the lab, is it open all week? Is it hourly?
We just added Sundays, so we are open 7 days a week now. The weekend hours are pretty slim just yet. We're kind of building that out, I'll say. Usually about 4 hours on Saturday and about 4 hours on Sunday. And then we're open in general from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Fridays.
Awesome. Is there a limit to the amount of help a student can get individually on, say, a given day or throughout the week?
So we do have to limit it a little bit, because there's about 10 consultants and about 4,000 students who are able to use our services, so we're kind of outnumbered. So we do limit it to 1 appointment per class per day. So you could come in, if you've got 4 classes, let's say, you could come in and have 4 appointments in a day. They would just need to be for each of your classes.
I see.
And then we do 3 appointments per class per week.
Okay. All right. So still very accessible. You can get a lot of help, more than if you hadn't.
Mm-hmm.
Just if you are doing the one-on-one consultation, whether it be for writing or speech, what does a meeting generally look like? What's the time limit? How closely am I interacting with this individual helping me?
So appointments are about 45 minutes long. And when you come in and you sit down, usually there's a little bit of time that you can kind of get to know your consultant a little bit. You don't have to dive directly in. You can kind of ease your way into it, I guess. So what they're going to do is they're going to ask you questions about what you're worried about or what you're concerned about with this particular assignment. So it could be something like, I don't even know where to begin. I just got this assignment sheet today and I don't even know where to start. Great, we can help you with brainstorming. We can help you with outlining. We can help you figure out how to get started on your project. It could be, I'm just about ready to turn this in, but I'm really nervous about my grammar, or I'm really nervous about making sure my sources are cited correctly. Great, we can help you with that. So it's very much led by the student. So the student is the one who's always kind of in charge of the direction. Mm-hmm. Once you have that conversation, you figure out what you want to cover, then you get into the meat of it and you start going through those questions that you have. It might be the consultant has you read a portion of it out loud, because sometimes it's easier to edit when you're listening as well as reading. Mm-hmm. It could be the consultant reads it out loud, whatever's most comfortable for the student in that consultation. Once you finish the consultation, so again, it's about 45 minutes in length, although we don't like bungee cord you to the chair, so if you're done early, you can actually leave. But once you're done with the consultation, what we'll do is we'll write a summary together. So we'll put that summary into, if it's an in-person appointment or a virtual one-on-one, it'll go into our tutor track system, and then it'll be emailed to the student. And what that does is it does a couple of things. First, it helps you remember what you talked about in the appointment. Mm-hmm. So let's say you have your appointment at 10 o'clock in the morning, you have a full day of classes, and then you've got work. You're not going to get back to that assignment until late that night, if you get back to it late that night.
Right.
The summary helps you remember what it was you talked about. In there, you're going to find things like, hey, we talked about this. We said this is what you were going to do next. Gives you information so you can get back into that revision and accomplish those goals. It also serves as proof. So there's a lot of times that your faculty members may give you extra credit if you go to the Writing Center, or they may require a visit. So that summary is what you can give to your faculty member to say, nope, I was there, I fulfilled this requirement. And that way, you're responsible for making sure that the faculty member gets what they need.
I see. This isn't actually in the cards, but I just want to ask you this. When going for a consult, will we be working direct? I'm gonna try that again. When coming in for a consult, will we be working with peers, or will there be like a faculty helping us?
So all of our consultants are students.
Okay.
I have graduate students and I have undergraduate students. And some of the graduate students do actually teach 131 on campus and COM 114, because I've got COM graduate students as well as English department graduate students. The undergraduates may be from any kind of major. So right now I actually have an engineering major and a construction management technology major, as well as quite a few English majors, because we tend to appeal to the English department students.
I can imagine.
Yeah, most often we have English students or English majors who are working in the center. But the cool thing is I also have international students who are in the center right now. We've heard reports from the International Student Services that we're one of their department's favorite resources on campus, which we very proudly recognize and appreciate. So we have a lot of variety of students who work for us, and we always encourage all majors to come in. So this is not just an English department service, this is a campus service.
It's awesome to hear, and it's a very good service at that, a very helpful, useful one. Before we wrap things up, is there anything you want to say to the people watching, campus students of PFW, about the Writing Center?
The biggest thing that I always want to make sure people are aware of is this is not a remedial service. The Writing Center is for absolutely everybody. It's not a case of some place where you're going to go to get your writing fixed. This is a place where all writers of all skill levels come in to get another set of eyes on their paper. So it's not a sign of you being a bad writer or a poor student if you go for help. Actually, it's a sign that you know yourself and that you know when you need help and that you're doing something proactive to help yourself achieve. So I always kind of laugh because a lot of the students who come to work for me, they've never used the Writing Center before they work there. And once they start working in the center, I start seeing their names pop up on the appointment list because they see how valuable of a service it is. And they want to make sure that they're taking care of getting those benefits as well.
For sure. All right. Well, I want to thank you for coming in and talking with us today. Thank you for watching Campus Connections here at PFW. I've been Zaid Ali, joined by Kristin Frye, Director of the Writing Center. You can find the Writing Center on the first floor of the Helm Key Library. And if you want, stop by CTV in the basement. Thank you again for watching. We hope to see you again.